All right, today we're tackling something pretty huge, a platform called eStage. Now, it makes a really bold claim to be the one tool that solves like the biggest headache for online entrepreneurs. So, is it really the all-in-one solution it's cracked up to be? Let's dig in and find out. Okay, so if you run an online business, does this feel familiar? The feeling that you're just duct taping all your software together? Come on, you know what I'm talking about. You've got a tool for this, a tool for that, one for your funnels, another for your community, another one for your courses. And it just feels like you're constantly fighting to get them all to play nice. And that exact feeling, that chaos, well, that's the core problem that eStage is setting out to solve. You could even say it's their entire mission. A mission born right out of that massive frustration of juggling a dozen different digital tools. I mean, let's just think about the typical setup for a minute. You probably have a funnel builder, right? Maybe a community platform, some kind of video hosting, a place for your courses, an affiliate tracker, your blog. The list just goes on. And every single one of those has its own login, its own interface you have to learn, and yep, its own bill every single month. You know, the source we're digging into uses this amazing metaphor, duct taping it all together. And isn't that just perfect? It so perfectly captures that feeling of trying to patch together all these different systems that were never meant to talk to each other, and you're just kind of hoping the whole thing doesn't fall apart. And that is the chaos these all-in-one platforms want to get rid of. Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the proposed solution? Well, eStage introduces this concept they call the hub. Let's break down what that actually is. So the idea is, instead of sending your people all over the internet to different websites for different things, the hub brings it all together. It's one central place. Your funnels, your community, your blog, your products, they all live under one single roof, on your own domain, like yourbusiness.com. And the big idea here is simple. Everything is all under one roof, and that creates a totally seamless experience. It's not just easier for you, think about your customers. No more getting confused, no more weird, disjointed journeys. It's just one single branded home for your entire online world. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of what eStage actually does. Because, an all-in-one promise sounds great, but if the individual parts aren't any good, what's the point? The quality really matters here. So to replace that messy tech stack we talked about, eStage has a page and funnel builder, a community builder, its own native video and course hosting, a full-on blog, and even live streaming. It's a whole suite of tools designed for selling pretty much anything, from products to memberships. Okay, now this is really interesting. Let's talk about the community feature. See, unlike something like a Facebook group, it's totally distraction-free. And unlike a platform like School, it's built right on your domain. That's a huge deal. It means you get to create this super focused, branded space where your audience isn't being pulled in a million different directions by other groups or ads. The biggest worry with these all-in-one tools is always the same, right? Jack of all trades, master of none. The fear is that they do a bunch of stuff, but none of it very well. But the source material really goes out of its way to say that's not the case here. The tools are described as high quality, not clunky. In fact, they say the page builder lets you edit every single pixel. That's some serious creative control. Okay, so this all sounds pretty powerful, I get it. But I know what you're thinking. What's it gonna cost me? So let's get right to it and break down the cost. All right, here's the number. The price for eStage is $297 a month. Now, depending on where you're at, that number might make you go, whoa, or, okay. But to really understand it, you have to put it into perspective. And this is where the math gets really interesting. Think about it. According to the source, a top-tier funnel builder by itself can run you $297. Now start adding on the other stuff, $99 for a community platform, another $99 for video hosting. You get the picture. Before you know it, you're easily spending over $600 a month on all those separate pieces. So when you look at it that way, you're talking about some pretty serious savings. We're talking hundreds of dollars a month, maybe even more, that you could be saving just by putting it all under one subscription. That's real money you can pour back into growing your business. Now look, the point here isn't to sell you on this platform. It's to help you figure out if this kind of platform is right for you. So if this whole all-in-one hub idea sounds interesting, here's what you should do next. First things first, do an audit. Take a really honest look at every single tool you're using right now and how much you're paying for it. Step 2,
Get super clear on what you actually need. What are the non-negotiables for your business to run and grow? And finally, step 3, weigh the pros and cons. Is the simplicity of one integrated system better for you, or do you prefer the flexibility of handpicking the best of the best for each job?
And that really brings us back to the big question, doesn't it? Could one single platform really run your entire online empire? I mean, the promise is so tempting. For some people, this could be an absolute game changer. It could simplify everything and save a ton of money. But for others, maybe that custom-built, duct-taped stack is still the way to go. Ultimately, the only person who can answer that is you.